Considering that the Borderlands series is well known for its frantic shooting and cooperative play, the idea of a single-player only narrative experience set in that universe was difficult to understand at first. After all, wouldn't putting players in a mostly non-violent role and forcing them to make moral choices seem like a total contradiction of what the franchise was all about? Yet somehow, Telltale Games have not only managed to make it work, but Tales from the Borderlands is slowly becoming a must-play for any fan of vault hunting. Here's why we think that's the case.
You ever see anything so pretty in your miserable lives? This thing will practically dance at your wedding.
First, there's the premise. Rather than pitting you as a vault hunter visiting the planet and slaying your way through bandits, you swap between the two characters of Reese and Fiona. Fiona is a Pandoran, born and raised, and is one of the few residents of the planet to rely on her wits rather than her fists in order to survive. Meanwhile, Reese is a devoted worker at Hyperion, the company who acted as the de facto villains for the entirety of Borderlands 2, and an obsessive fan of Handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack is standing next to me.
Yes.
And I can't see him, but you're able to see him and also talk to him.
Correct.
Complicating their story is the fact that they've recently been kidnapped by a mysterious foe, and they're recounting the story from memory. Instead of the cold, hard truth, you never know what to believe, and wild exaggerations are everywhere. It even affects Telltale's iconic moral choices, as here they're often used to decide how best to embellish their account of events. It's not afraid to play with the formula and let some decisions just be entertaining distractions rather than major plot-altering moments that will affect the gameplay for episodes to come.
We don't talk like that.
Are you done?
It's also clear from the get-go that this is a series that really cares about the source material. The first Borderlands was a random mishmash of events, and the backstory didn't really start to develop until its sequel. As such, it feels like such a massive achievement on Telltale's behalf that they've managed to involve Pandora and its inhabitants in such a compelling plot. After just 2 episodes, you can tell that they've really paid attention to the source material, and that they're incredibly passionate about it to boot. Telltale's take on Game of Thrones seems to go out of its way to throw cameos at you, and it can become a bit distracting. On the other hand, Tales from the Borderlands seems to use guest appearances very sparingly. The first episode went out of its way to establish a new roster of characters, and most of the interest with familiar faces is how they act around people who aren't vault hunters by nature. Want to see how Handsome Jack treats employees who work for him? Or how Scooter struggles with trying to franchise his catch-a-ride business? Look no further than episode 2.
I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Really? Then why are you backing up, tough guy? Where are you going? You're so stupid. What's your head doing, mate?
There's also a great side effect of the story progressing at such a deliberate pace. The fact that it's clear it's all building up to an amazing payoff. While there's every possibility there might be another series, there's no guarantee it'll involve Reese and Fiona. As such, there's a genuine tension and build-up occurring in amongst the constant hilarity. Who could the mystery kidnapper possibly be? What will happen to our heroes if their story isn't good enough? Will we ever see them again once the dust has settled? There's no way of knowing, and every reason to find out.
Oh, I'm up.
A narrative adventure set in a world preoccupied with shooting monsters should go together like chalk and cheese. Yet, against the odds, Tales from the Borderlands has somehow ended up more like chocolate and peanut butter. It's an amazing combination of ideas that's applied in such a way that it'll leave you more than satisfied once it's all over. If you've ever cared about vault hunting, this is the perfect series for you.
This video has been brought to you by Jinx TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and check out these other videos. Also, if you want to see more of our shows, check out our website, jinx.tv.